Hey y'all, we're gonna do a walkthrough of the Roan Mountain State Park campground. What we're gonna do is walk through Campground B, the B loop. So we're gonna start right here and go around and check them out. So come and go with us. We are in the off season, so all this is closed right at the moment. So we're gonna do 58 through 90. So here's 58. It's not a really big site. And over here is 59. Looks like you've got water and power. Picnic table and a grill up top. Here is site 60. Now this is a little bit of a hill, so if you were doing the first two sites, you'd have to back your unit up a little hill here. This is 61, right by the bathhouse. And here is 62. It's not a really big site. Restrooms. These sites, the small units is what I'm thinking would be good in here. Here's one site. You could probably get decent size in there. Number 64. This is actually looks like a pretty good site. The other ones we just passed, you had to climb up to the picnic table. This one's kind of more level than the rest. And you've got a little creek. So this one is my favorite so far. And it is number 64. And then we got 65. mean, I see electrical and water, but this is tiny. You could get a small unit in there. So 66, now it would be, you could get a fairly decent one in here. $67, you could get a small unit there. Pop-up would be good in this spot, is what I'm thinking. It is a nice spot though, for a small unit. So here's number 68. You could get a decent size unit in here. $69 looks like a really good one. Looks like you've got quite a bit of privacy in it. And you could get a lone unit in this if you wanted to. Now that's if you want to drive. This does have an incline. It's not really steep, but it's not level in here. Little grill behind it, fire rocks, little fire pit. So far, this looks like the most private one. So we'll walk on up the road and see what we come into next. Kind of a curvy little drive up through here, but looks like we're coming up on site number 70. Would that be a little cell phone booster right there we're looking at? Now this is a small site right here. Number 70. And 71 looks like it'd be a small site too. But you could get a good little pop-up or a small camper in these sites. And you would have the sound of water, because they are a little stream coming by. And you got your fire pit, little rocks, picnic area and grill. So here is site number 72. It's small also. It looks like maybe it's a bathhouse up on the ridge here, across from it. Steep set of stairs getting up to it. But this is a Nice little site also. So if you like privacy more so than being crowded, these sites look pretty private. But now it is kind of steep. It's getting steeper as I go up. Here's 73. It's small too. So it kind of looks like up in here is not really meant for large units. So here's 74. Now this looks like it would be a little tricky backing into because we're in a left-hand turn. But for the skilled person, they could do it. It kind of looks like people's been scrubbing. You're above the road when you back out in here. Here is 75. Now it looks like it would be an easier one to, because as you're making the turn, you could pull out there and then back straight in here. And you could get a good size one here. And this is looks like you've got a foam booster, if that's what that is. I'm just guessing. And then your little picnic area is right up here. This one's pretty private. '76 is a campground host. Now it looks like we are at the top and we're headed back down. 77 is small. And you'd be backing uphill. And it's a pretty sharp turn, so if you're skilled enough, you could get in there with something small. Coming up on 78, same thing, sharp turns to get in. Nice little side if you could get in here though. Water coming down. Looks like wherever you go in here, you looks like you've got water behind you. So here's 79 and 80, and they're really small. I kind of like them foam boosters though, don't you? So here is 81, and it's really small.
Just if you pop that back on.
82. Coming up on 83 and 4. Now we are on an incline, so you will be backing up in these sights, uphill. And they're small, really small on the left. 84 is, it's quite a bit bigger than over here on the left. '85, it's small. '86, it's a fairly decent size. I don't think this right through here would be good for a beginner. What number was that? 87. And 89. And number 90. That would be the one I'd want to pick if I were coming on down this side. All right, let's take a right and we'll go camping area number 5. So this is a two-way drive here. So number 91 coming up. '91 looks nice. You could get a fairly decent unit right here. Looks like it'd be easy to get into. You do have water. Looks like it's pretty good ways on up to the next one. So here's number 92. It's kind of small. And we are going uphill. This is pretty steep right here. From what I'm seeing how these sites right here are, it'd be better if you went up, turned around and come down and then backed into them. This is 93. Here's 94. This is a pretty long site. 94 and 95 is pretty long. You will be backing uphill here though. It's pretty steep. For people that's used to it though, it wouldn't be no problem. So we're coming up on 96, and it is a campground host. '97 looks like the best one so far up in here, if you could get it. It's pretty big too. It's pretty long, so you could pull straight out and back up. Go out here and look at it. Power and water. And then you got your picnic area, fire pit and grill up top. Coming up on 98. And again, these would be for skilled people. It looks like a good site if you can get in here. That's a nice sharp little turn coming down here. And it's downhill, so you'll be backing up on this one. But I know there's people that can do it, no problem. Coming up on 99. It's a nice site. Be right above the other camper here. So here is 100. And we're coming up on 101. You could get a pretty long one on there, can't you? And we are, like I said at the beginning, we are in the off season, so they'll probably clean all this up before they open it up. 102. Then we've got 103. Looks like a smaller kind of a site. Little bridge going across to your picnic table and grill and fire pit. This is kind of small for a camper though. So we're coming up on 104, and as you leave 103, it starts leveling out a little bit. 104 is right across from 91. 104 is kind of small too. But if you've got something small, you can get in here and it looks like a nice little site. Pretty good sized creek behind you. Got your fire pit, grill, picnic table. And we're coming up on 105. Now this one would be easy to back into. You could kind of pull out up the road if you want to and back straight in. But it is kind of small. And you got to go down a little embankment to get to your picnic table and grill and the fire pit. So let's move on down to the next one. Now we're turning downhill a little bit, coming into 106. Now 106 is a pretty large site. And from what I'm seeing, it's pretty private too. It wouldn't be too awful hard to get backed in here. Picnic table is pretty close to the road though. If that's important. And I think that is the last one here, ain't it? If this video was helpful, hit that like button so I'll know. And if you would like, subscribe to my channel. That would help out too. And thanks for watching. So I noticed the waterfall here. I'm gonna let you view it before I quit. And this is right below the last campsite, 106. So we're coming back up, crossing a bridge, pretty good sized creek. And the camp store is just on the other side. And the A-loop Goes down around there. We did do a drive-through. That actually looks like a pretty good little site right there, the very first one. This is a nice one here, so. What was that number there? I like it.
5. It jumps backwards and forward. So that's 7, that's 8.
It looks real good, doesn't it? Bathhouse is real close. It looks like they got power anyway. I don't know. Yeah, they. This one may not. This one may not.
I think that one's got water, but not power. This is tents only.
What's tents on?
On down here. So. Tents
19 through. Well, we could bring a tent. So this section down through here is tent camping. I like it a lot. You know?
It's a good little spot for a tent.
What number?
21.
So 21's a go, and then that's whatever this one is right beside it.
I think it's 22. I think that's 21 area.
That one looks good, but it's right out the bathroom.
That's a good little spot. Looks private.
What number is it?
24. Number 24. Trail to pool and playgrounds. So that's a trail to get. That's number
Wonder what that
25.
green is. I like this campground. It looks good to me. We might have found us a new place to go. We might do it. I'm gonna keep it. What do you think? What do you think? I like that side too. decent.
Oh, it's a nice one. It's big and
I
open.
like it too.
30's nice.
I'm not seeing many here that I don't like.
You know, that's a good little spot too.
What number was it?
31. I didn't record it though. Somebody in it.
What? So 32 and 3.
Number
That
32.
That one would be right by the creek. That'd be nice to listen to. They are nice. Nice, ain't
Number 34. $35. By the creek.
And over here on the left, 37. Nope, 36. 37's over here.
Yeah. 37.
Well, that's a big, spacious one.
What number? I like these by the creek.
These are 10 only, though. We need to. What was?
38. Might not like
Well,
So when you get like to 38 and 39, it's starting back to the campers.
I'd like to get one of them.
41
Well, let me see if we can do it
for a camper by the creek. Some of these are good.
What's that one? I like
50.
it.
I think it was 50.
So 50.
That one there's 52.
Wonder why they got that last one blocked up.
54.
I think. Why they got that last one blocked up?
54.
It's 52 and 54 I could deal with. I like that one, but wonder if that one's like reserved or something. Because they got it blocked off.
I don't even see a name on it. It says CampGround host.
Oh, well that's why.